So if one day my wife told me that wanted to get rid all the Platycerium and Staghorn in my 100 collections, because I've been growing for 5 years already, I think I will only keep 5. I'm going to show you what's the 5 Platycerium that you might have in your collections too. Hello guys, I'm Lon here from Enthusiast. Today we're going to talk about the top 5 hybrid Platycerium that you must have in your Platycerium collections. When we come to collecting Platycerium, there's a few criteria that we have to see. The white trichome is part of it. Symmetrical, when they grow to a certain forms, we have to see the symmetrical of the fronts. The third one will be the veins. And number 4 will be the shield crown that is high and tall. And the last will be dividing tips. So how to see dividing tips? Dividing tips is the fertile frond that has a lot of endless dividing tips that look like little fingers. So this is the 5 criteria that I will actually examine to see whether it's a must to keep in my collections or not. So number 5, I would like to keep Platycerium Paul Vespa or Paul Whiter. These two totally different hybrid, but they are sharing the same and almost the identical names. They look almost identical and they look almost the same. If you look into details, you only can see what's the differences. So this is my Paul Vespa. It's a hybrid of Vitafolium with Vitacote, and I've been growing this one I think close to 5 years already. So this one has a really nice symmetrical trichomes, and also the fertile frond looks almost symmetrical, in the sense that it has a lot of dividing front tips here, and the veinings are really pronounced and prominent with a really wide thick trichomes, and also with the shield crown. So it's one of the classic hybrid in the DW series, and this is one of it that you must have in your collections. So like I said, so this is Paul Vespa. It's one of the easy care Platycerium that you must have, and it's also a hybrid of DW series. DW is a classic hybrid that is in the Platycerium community for so long that all of the Platycerium enthusiasts know about it. Easy to care, fast free. I only water that when the plant is when the moss is dry, and I fertilize them with Seaweed fertilizer and some Vitacote control release fertilizer. That's all the things that I do to grow this rigorous, beautiful plant. So this is Platycerium Paul Whiter. Like I say, it looked almost identical with the Paul Vespa that I have just now previously that you see. And I think this is still a small little plant that has been grown for a certain period of time already. I have this for about 2.5 years. You can see the prominence crown, you know, it's really tall shield crown with some nice veinings and also white trichomes here. So if you can't have Platycerium Paul Vespa, I think Paul Whiter is another option for you to go for. So this is number 4, Platycerium White Hawk. It's also the same hybrid like DW, Vitafolium with Vitacote. And one of the prominent traits of this Platycerium is it has a really symmetrical fertile frond that is so erected. So it spread like a wing, hence the name White Hawk. And also when you look into the spore patch, it almost looks like a claw of a hawk. So yeah, that's why it got the name White Hawk. You can see the fertile frond spread like a wings with the claw-like fertile fronds here. So the name White Hawk because it's white in color. So it has all the traits that I mentioned: high shield crown, symmetrical, white trichome with the veins, and you know, dividing fingertips. So number 3 comes to another favorite of mine is Platycerium Maserati. Maserati is actually a hybrid of Helii, I think it's called Helii Pao Pao, with Platycerium Maluis. Hence you can see that it has a really prominent veinings. The veining is so prominent that it looks like a dragon scale. And if you look underneath some really bright color, you can see the blue hue color is growing here. It has a lot of blue hue colorations. So yep, this is one of it you must have too. Easy to care, fast free, and sometimes there's some spider mites and some scale. But if I spray with neem oil, you know, that's the only maintenance that I do for them. These trichome things, you know, looks like a, you know, the tridents of the Poseidon, and hence the name Maserati, I guess. No idea, just guessing. So top two you must have in the Platycerium collections would be the Platycerium Celso Tasuta. So the reason why I say this one is must have is been in my wish list for so long already since I started going into Platycerium. Thanks to Digiculture, this Celso Tasuta is highly available in the market right now, and of course compared to previously, the price is relatively cheaper and affordable. So, but there's a pro and cons when it comes to getting this Platycerium because it's really difficult to take care of this one. It needs really cooling temperature, which means you have to make sure that it grows in a really regulated environment, which indoor plus really good grow light conditions. Another thing about this plant is it has difficulties to grow a shield front. So it has a potential that this plant might actually, we call it, what's the Chinese word called? 断头, which means this frond will actually drop off from the whole plant, that it collapses, that you have to regrow it again. I will show the pictures later, you will know what I'm talking about. And yeah, for you guys and formations, this is not a hybrid. It's actually a Vitacote cultivar, which is still unknown. But yeah, like I said, it's a must-have in the Platycerium collections with the symmetrical white trichomes, fertile fronds. So come to the top one and also the last one. I believe everyone know about this Platycerium hybrid when it comes to collecting Platycerium. It's been in everyone's wish list for so long, and of course this used to be like a unicorn plant for all the Platycerium beginner, but right now I think it's become so popular that this is a must-have among all the Platycerium enthusiasts. This is Platycerium Fengshi. So the traits about this plant has not comes to the one that I mentioned previously, like the veins, the high shield crowns, or the symmetric and the things like that. It has none of that above that I mentioned previously, but it has a really special characteristic that you can see here. It has a curling fertile frond, which is so prominent. You can see it from the first sight and fall in love with it. So this is the reason why everyone must have in their collections. It is totally unique Platycerium that you have to collect. And I guess why this one has been always the top one favorite for all the Platycerium enthusiasts is this is definitely one of the easiest Platycerium to grow. So the things about this, I never fertilize it, as Mr. Feng suggested. Never fertilize Fengshi, it will only start to curl. So I tried his method. I tried to less fertilize the plant, and you can see the curling is so pronounced and prominent that it's curled almost like all of the fertile frond is curling right now, you see. So yeah, if you are lazy and you wanted to grow the plants, you can try for Fengshi. And yep. Alright, that's all for today guys. If you like the video, please share it to your friends and family. You want to see anything in the future, please drop a comment in the comment box below. And that's all for today guys. Bye bye.